Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about four things you probably didn't know about sleep and why sleep is so important. So let's get right into it. The first thing is sleeping extra on the weekend doesn't fix your sleep deprivation. A lot of people don't get enough sleep during the week because they stay up late watching videos or something like that, but they have to get up early for their work or their studies, right? And to fix that, they try to sleep extra on the weekend. And then they think that maybe this will make sure they don't have negative health effects. Well, actually, there was a study done on people that were following a pattern like this. They were not sleeping enough during the week, and then they were sleeping extra on the weekend. And what they found was that weekend recovery sleep did not prevent weight gain or reduced insulin sensitivity. So, one of the negative health effects of sleep deprivation is worsened metabolic health, meaning that it's easier for you to gain weight and become obese, and also it increases the likelihood of you to develop diseases like diabetes. And weekend recovery sleep did not prevent those negative effects. So that means that it doesn't matter if your total sleep during the week is enough. You actually have to get 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night if you really want to stay as healthy as possible. The second thing probably didn't know about sleep is that if you sleep later than usual, you'll miss your growth hormone spike. Normally, if you go to sleep during the first 90 minutes of your sleep, there will be an exceptionally large spike in growth hormone. And growth hormone is very important for your body to physically recover, to renew itself, for damaged tissue to recover and for new tissue to grow. And that spike is thus very important, and if you miss it, it might impair your recovery. And research has shown that if you don't sleep at the same time every day, it might make you miss that growth hormone spike.
So
You
let's say
can
I normally go to
Mhm,
sleep at 10 p.m.
mhm,
And then from 10 to 11:30 would be this first phase of sleep,
mhm.
and that's when the big bolus
Yeah,
of growth hormone would be released. Does that mean that if I go to sleep instead at 11:30 or midnight, that I miss that first phase of sleep?
yeah.
Why is it not the case that I get that first phase of sleep just simply starting later?
It is a beautiful clock that we have in our body that knows when things should happen. And it's every cell in our body has a clock, and all of those clocks are normally synchronized, and those circadian clocks are synchronized. And so our cells are ready to respond to that growth hormone release at a particular time. And if we miss it, and it's a time in relation to melatonin also. So if you miss it, yeah, you might get some growth hormone release, but it's occurring at a time when that your clock has already moved to the next phase. And so it's just a clock thing.
The third thing you probably didn't know about sleep is that if you sleep only 6 hours, meaning 25% less than the optimum of 8 hours, you might miss up to 50% of your REM sleep. Now, what is REM sleep? Well, actually, your sleep is divided into two patterns. You have the deep sleep and you have the REM sleep. And as you can see here on this graph, we see the architecture of your sleep cycles during the night. So on the horizontal axis, you see the amount of hours you are sleeping. And then on the vertical axis, we see the depth of your sleep. So stage 4 all the way on the bottom is really deep sleep. Stage 1 is the REM sleep. Now, both of these stages are very important for different reasons. But as you can see, in the beginning of the night, you have a lot of deep sleep. while at the end of the night, say between 5 hours 5 to 8, your REM sleep is very large. Now, if you only sleep 6 hours, if you look at the graph, it might cause you to miss almost 50% of your REM sleep. So even though you only miss 25% of your 8 hours, you actually miss 50% of your REM sleep. Now, why is this a negative thing? Well, REM sleep is very important for a number of things, such as emotional processing, memory formation, and brain cell growth. So what this means is that if you're a student or just at work and you're trying to learn stuff, this can significantly impair your memory and just make it harder for you to retain information, to learn stuff, if you miss 50% of that REM sleep. And for emotional processing, if you miss 50% of REM sleep, it might cause you to feel more emotionally unstable, and it might cause you to be more reactive to things, become annoyed more easily or feel sad more easily. So those are all very negative things that can have a huge impact on your life. Now, brain growth is of course also very important, and that's why, for example, young children spend significantly more time in REM sleep. And for adults, our brains are fully grown. However, of course, there's always a recovery going on there, or a restructuring of the brain. So that is also very significant. So what this shows us is that 6 hours of sleep, even though it doesn't seem like you lose only 2 hours, but actually you lose 50% of your REM sleep, which can have very negative effects. So it's important to get that 7 to 9 hours. Final thing you probably didn't know about sleep is that sleep deprivation makes you hungrier. Now, how does that work? Well, a study has shown that if you are sleep deprived, it causes a change in two hormones, namely leptin and ghrelin. And leptin is the satiety hormone. It's a hormone that signals to your body there's enough energy present, so hey, we don't need to eat more. And ghrelin is also known as the hunger hormone. So if that one is increased, it signals to your body like, hey, we need more food, you need to eat more. It will make you feel hungry. So of course you can imagine, if you feel less satisfied and more hungry, you're gonna eat more. It makes you feel hungrier. And over time, this can also lead to an increased body mass, becoming fat. Because if you're hungry, you're going to eat. And that means that if you want to lose weight, or if you want to stay in shape, getting enough sleep is really going to help a lot. So that concludes the 4 things you probably didn't know about sleep. I hope you learned something new here. If you like this sort of content, please consider leaving a like and subscribe to my channel for more. I hope to see you later. Bye bye.